This video demonstrates the preparation of the online bid notice posting of a consulting classification of procurement. Before we start with the bid notice creation, we must first prepare the purchase request of the bid notice. Start the purchase request creation. Fill out the purchase request fields. Make sure to select the appropriate business category in Step 1. In the next step, select the APP line item to the corresponding project budget. After the selection, make sure to select the options for online mode of bid submission and the consulting classification. Next, add the item details for the consulting lot items. Remember, this will be based from the business category selection from Step 1. Save the lot items budget and proceed with the approval process of the purchase request. Once the purchase request has been approved, we can now start the bid notice creation process. Let us start by selecting the purchase request that we have approved. After the selection, other than those auto-populated from the selected purchase request, we now start filling up the details of our bid notice. At the bottom fields, we have here the option for the cost of bid documents. Selecting required will show the amount value based on the total estimated cost bracket. The default cost will be loaded. It is the agency's choice to increase or decrease the amount within the range of the procurement guidelines. Next, specify the bid security if required, and provide the validity period in days. On the next field for bid evaluation, since we are using the consulting classification, we need to specify between QBE, quality-based evaluation, or QCBE, quality and cost-based evaluation. Lastly, upload the bidding documents attachments. Now let us proceed to the next step by clicking on Save and Continue. Here in the Step 2 form of the bid notice creation, we have the eligibility criteria. The templates are preloaded based on the classification, mode of procurement, and applicable procurement rule selections of the purchase request record. We can add new templates for the eligibility and technical forms section. Also, other than the document templates setup, and since this is for consulting classifications, it is mandatory to define the scoring for the evaluation criteria of envelope. For each entry of the criteria, its score will be validated with provided minimum technical score. Repeat this criteria setup for the technical bid form section. After the criteria setup, proceed to the next step by clicking on Save and Continue. In the Step 3 form, we will be again auto-populated for financial document templates based on the classification, mode of procurement, and applicable procurement rule selections of the purchase request record. We can add new templates for the financial form section. When done, proceed to the next step by clicking on Save and Continue. Now in Step 4, we will set up the invitations for the Bids and Awards Committee for the bid opening process. Remember that the assigned key BAC users invited will be required to attend the bid opening process. These users will need to be logged in to mark their attendance in the system for the quorum and the recording of the bid opening to proceed. Add invited merchants for participation and submission of the procurement. And add observers to join the reviewing and oversee of the bid evaluation results. At least one observer need to be added. After all the invitations are set up, then proceed to the next step by clicking on Save and Continue. Now the last step, we need to set up the schedule of activities. We can also choose to select the pre-bid meeting schedule and venue for online and offline. Otherwise, select Not Required. After selecting the bid notice publish date, the other minimum dates required will also be auto-populated on the next activities. Modified as needed based on the procurement guidelines. Once done, we can choose with having the bid notice proceed for approval or remain as draft. To remain as draft, click on Save and Exit. To proceed with approval, select the approver. Finally, send for approval. The bid notice creation will be complete once the approver reviews and approve the publishing of the bid notice. Then once the publish date is reached, it will then be made available in the bulletin board and invitations will be sent.